Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Persona 5 Royal. In the last episode, we finished Joker's grand royal story, said goodbye to all of our friends we made along the way, and even found out that Akechi is still in fact alive, even after his grand sacrifice to destroy Maruki's false reality once and for all. Although our story may be over, we still have one more thing I wanted to do with you guys: relive our past adventures, and take on Makoto Yuki from Persona 3, and Yu Narukami from Persona 4, and after we're all finished with that, it'll be the beginning of our next chapter in the Phantom Thieves story, Persona 5 Strikers. So, with that being said, and I did talk about this before, but I do actually have the Switch version, but I did say we were going to play the Switch version originally, but I ended up going out of my way to get the PS4 version for you guys, just so it will be continuity-wise, it feels like it probably would be in the best way to do, the same system for the same game, so it's not less frame rate for you guys, and, just in general, because the frame rate, I believe, is 30 FPS on the Switch, and the the PS4 and the PS5, I believe, do 60, so it'll be at the best way it can possibly be, since the PC and the PS4 versions are about the same graphics. I think they don't even change graphics for those two games, so I think it would be better if we do it on that. So, honestly, I ended up getting that for you guys. So, with that being said, honestly, with the matter of the fact that today is just going to be more challenge-based, I don't think there's going to be any extra story. There may be a little bits, but honestly, today's adventure is going to be a little bit different than what we've been doing every other day, since this is more challenge-based stuff. But it's going to be pretty fun, since we are going to be doing this on Merciless. So, don't know how hard this is going to be, but I did do a little bit of training on this, so I did play through it before. So I do actually have at least, a little bit of training on the fights and stuff like that, and I have played it once on Merciless for Makoto. I don't think I did Yu, but I can double check, so I'll just show you guys what my points are, just in case, just so you guys know what we're getting into. So I think, okay, so I have done this one, but I only got 74,000, I don't know how, because I did beat him, and then for Makoto, okay, I do have 171, so this one, okay, so I did beat both of them. I didn't remember, honestly, it's been a couple days, but honestly, should be fun. So, honestly, let's do this. So, first one's first is we're going to start with the last one we did, and then we'll get to the very first Persona game we did, which was Persona 4 Golden. So, with that being said, first one's off is Makoto Yuki from Persona 3, or FES. So, here we go. Full Moon, a special battle against the cognitive echo of a certain Persona user who fought to prevent the fall of humanity. So, with that being said, and let's make sure it's on the highest difficulty. So, here we go.
Will you start this battle?
Yes, we will. So, here we go. And sorry about the notification on the top of the screen. I don't know why that pops up, because there's no way to actually turn it off on the system.
Will you be able to overcome this foe?
I think so. We're not going to do it based off the extra bonuses on the top right, to be honest. But we will definitely try our best to at least win the fight, since I'm not really here to get the extra items. Although the items will be good if we could get them, since the top one seems to be a Spellmaster item, but honestly, it's not the worst case scenario, honestly. So, honestly, due to the fact that you can crit him, and we ended up getting it right away, that's really, really good. So, honestly, that's really, really good, actually. We're gonna go straight into Joker here. We're not gonna actually attack right away. We're actually gonna go for a free, I believe, charge would be nice. So let's go for a charge first. And also, I didn't mention it right away, but if you notice, there's some music's actually the all-out attack music for Persona 3, also known as Mass Destruction. Definitely gotta love that, honestly. And I believe Yu Narukami's is the normal battle music as well, which is really cool. So, let's see here. Honestly, we could go for, I think a charge for Yusuke would be probably good here. So, we'll just be as safe as possible. Since we know we can crit, we might as well make sure Brave Step is always activated. since that'll be free baton passes for us, since that's the only way we're going to get a baton pass. I don't think he has any elemental weaknesses. I know he has nullifications. I don't know what all of them are, but well, I was kind of hoping Veil of Sunrise would go off there, but apparently that didn't happen. But he's getting free Heat Riser out of that, which isn't the worst case scenario, just due to the fact that we can just go back into Orpheus here, go for Debilitate and drop that extra little bit of Heat Riser he got back. So it's not the worst case scenario. Then we'll just go for as many crits as we possibly can, if we can get any. So, honestly, not the worst case scenario. And looks like, oh yeah, he doesn't have one for extra crit, but we ended up getting it anyways because of Brace Step for 4,000 damage. Not bad at all. I'll take that. Let's baton pass into Joker. Just be ready for anything. I don't know how long this episode's going to be, honestly, since we're just going to be playing this normally. We're not going for any extra bonuses or anything like that. I just wanted to do the fights for you guys since I did promise it. Since, honestly, I think it's fun to do these. So it might be a shorter episode, but honestly, pretty good so far, honestly, since we're doing decent on the damage anyways. And keep in mind, this is on Merciless on the highest difficulty of this fight, so it's not like we're doing this on a really easy difficulty or anything like that. Well, maybe my persona may be a little overtuned. Honestly, Yoshitsune is pretty decent, honestly. He's not bad by any means, but he definitely is very helpful for things like this. I can definitely say that, because the damage he outputs is definitely nice. And if we can get another crit here for Baton Pass, that would be nice. Okay, good. So what do we get more damage from? We get it from the takedown score. So maybe, I don't think Kazuo Toby will do extra damage now since he's really, really, really low on HP. So let's just go for Baton Pass, charged up, big ol' hit from Sword Stance. And then that's decent right there. And that's not enough for a reward, but honestly, 37,000 is not bad. And I think it's better than what I had originally, so I think like by 20k, so not bad. Definitely will take it. Definitely beat my record, so honestly, not bad. The Dream Fire is not that good, but the Magic Misangi, that thing has a spell master attached to it, so that would be pretty cool to get, but other than that, that item's not really that good compared to what we could have gotten there. So, next one off is actually going to be good old Kami. But first, before we actually get into the fights, we just want to double check on this stuff, because this stuff is how you get your points. So we need to do it within 24 actions. That's not hard at all. That's a lot of points for 24 actions. Physical attack skills are what we want to be doing. Technical attacks are also pretty good. So we want to have Haru for sure. And then Spooks on course for the extra takedown. Okay, so all we really need is Haru, so we can change whoever we want for that. So honestly, we'll keep Sumire, because Sumire can give us a crit, so we'll always want that. And then we want to have Haru. So Haru is a for sure stats. And then last person is whoever we want, honestly. Honestly, based on our team, I think the best case scenario might be, I'm going to say Ryuji. Yeah, I think Ryuji might be pretty good here. As long as he has a sword stance on. And does Haru have one on? I could actually throw one onto her, actually, since that is a good item, honestly. The sword stance band in this game is really good on things you can actually crit. So I definitely say it's probably worth the effort. And apparently it was on her, so let's just throw that over there. And this is the first time I've actually done, like, building stuff with you guys, actually, to be honest. Usually we keep this out of episodes, since, obviously this would be stuff I can do off-screen, but obviously if we're getting ready for a fight, we definitely want to be prepared for anything, so, honestly, there's a couple of my items if you guys ever wondered. But, here we go. Up to Foggy Day, or, did I say Dale? Okay, but Foggy Day. A special battle against the cognitive echo of a certain Persona user who dispelled a strange otherworldly fog, also known as Kami, also as known as the person who awakened Izanagi. So, pretty cool. So, honestly, without a matter of fact, I think it's about time we see how Yu is doing. So, with that being said, this is the thing that we would get if we can beat him. I believe this is the recommended item you can get for Ryuji if you can get it. It's pretty hard to due to the fact that I'm pretty sure 2 million is not easy. So and that's 2,500,000, so it's even more than that. So yeah. And I don't even have the 1 million version. I think it bugged because I did beat him. I remember beating him. So yeah, definitely weird. But let's do this.
Will you start this battle?
Yes, I will. So here we go. Yunarakami. I forgot what the name of the music track from Persona 5 is, or 4 is called.
Will you be able to overcome this enemy?
I think so. Honestly, when it comes to... Well, Yunarakami's actually not that weak. But, well, Makoto wasn't weak in his game either, so... good question, but we're 4-on-1, so honestly, we probably have a much better situation than he does. And let's see here, I'm trying to remember what our team has. Uh-oh. I forgot my, what my team actually has when it comes to, like, certain abilities. Let me make sure, because... Okay, so we don't have any free debilitates on the team. Okay, so I probably do want to go back here and make sure we do a Neo Cadenza, just to double check on our stuff, just to make sure everybody's nice and accurate. We'll Heat Riser it up, honestly, and then we'll go for Debilitate when we get the next chance to do so. So let's go for Fighting Spirit, since obviously if we can't get the charge in early, might as well do it now. So we'll just be ready for it when we need to. Okay. So now we can start going for Swords Dances, trying to get a crit right away, and if we can, that would be really, really good. And we actually get double damage for that. We get 9 times the damage for Haru doing attacks, which is really good, so we might want to be swapping to Haru whenever we get anything free, so we'll definitely try and do that. So we're going to be wanting to make sure she's always, okay, that did a decent amount of damage, cross-slashed, but honestly, not the worst case scenario. But, yeah, we want to be swapping over to Haru anytime we go for a big hit like that. Okay, not the hardest thing. Definitely pretty easy. Okay, so far so good. The thing is Haru doesn't have a charge in right now, so right now it would be better for us to jump in. So we'll do that instead. And then, since we're already charged up for us, let's just go for a big ol' Hasuo Toby here, since that'll be some decent damage. And he actually resists physical skills. Okay, good to know. Not the worst thing, because we can still work around that. And we actually got another crit out of that. Okay, so far so good. 60,000 points right away is pretty nice, honestly. And I think Masquerade might do more damage, but... I don't know. Can we hit them with, any kind of burns? Because it says technical attack. But, does that mean attack, tech hit, or does it mean getting a technical hit? Because there's, well, it would be called nuke damage, wouldn't it? So, yeah, how would you... Can you freeze him? Let's see. Let's just test it. You can freeze him. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting, actually. Okay, then, so you can freeze him. So we might want to try that, then. Okay, so let's go for a Fighting Spirit. And I do believe, after a little bit of testing with you guys with the, charging mechanic, it seems like it still works, like the way that we, kind of thought it was. So, when Ryuji does this charge, when we have, Yotsune out, I think it does give the triple charge, which is pretty nice, if that is in case what it actually does, which would be nice to know, because that actually does help. But let's go for this, keep trying to do, any kind of technical damage, because if we can do that, we might as well do it. But the thing is he's still on the floor, so it technically isn't the best case scenario for us, so we're not doing the maximum amount of damage we want to be doing. So in a way, it's not the best, but in a way, it's still good in a way, so it's kind of hard to really say if this is really worth going for like this. But there he goes. Got him down to, all the way down to 0. And let's see if we can get that, okay, so it did give it to me this time. Huh, so it just bugged last time, that's weird. Because I did beat him, I swear I did. So, there we go. Gold mist, we'll take it. So, just some extra cash, but the thing is we're on Maruki's palace on the last day in the game, so technically, you really can't go back to sell it. I think you can leave and buy items, so technically I think you can, but I guess you can use it for your new game plus, I guess. But, that being said, you did it.
Oh, an impressive result indeed.
And that's basically all she really says. She gives you your items and then it's all over and done with. But, with that being said, that was a lot shorter than I thought it would really be. But it was fun though. So I did want to do it for you guys just in case if you guys were wondering how the fights were, what you can kind of do. You don't have to go for the extra items. You can if you really want them. Which I don't really need them, so I don't really need to go as hard as I possibly need to, because I understand what we need to do for the fights. What we need to do is do a baton pass into a technical hit with Haru while she's charged with probably a sword stance. And maybe with Jazz Club bonuses on top of it to make sure she has 99 strength, because you can get 99 strength with Jazz Club if you focus on one character for a long enough time. You can get enough stats for certain characters to be the point where they're super overpowered. But the thing is we were using characters all over the game, so it wasn't we were just using one team. I could have went there and just focused on one character, two characters, just the team we were currently using for the whole game. But honestly, I wanted to do what we were doing in Persona 4 and 3. Changing out characters, trying out new characters, every chapter that they're unlocked, and changing up the teams every chapter to have something new. So, honestly, I tried my best to do something new for you guys. So, every time we did any kind of chapter in the games, although, yes, Persona 5, I did play through before. I never played through the chapter that we did for the final one. Maruki's chapter was really, really cool, and it was my very first time going through it. I'm so glad that, we got to do that, and that was actually really, really fun. And I really liked how it ended, because although it sounded like, we literally gave up everything from, Akechi's life to even Joker's, freedom. Well, his freedom comes back anyways, even in Persona 5 Original, but I didn't know if it was going to come back for Royal, since Royal's ending is entirely different from Persona 5 Original, since Maruki's not there at the end in the final credits, and I believe, if I remember correctly, you drive off with your friends, inside the camper instead of, they still get chased by the people in the black car, which I believe is people that still work under Shido, even though Shido is no longer paying them, / even cares what's going on with them. They're just trying to, get rid of us before anything bad happens to them, I guess. But, with that being said, honestly, with the end of the game now here, and the next one to come, Persona 5 Strikers, which I did say I played before. I played it before I even played Persona 5. So, I think I was playing it when we were playing Persona 4, Golden. So, honestly, yes, I played through it. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try not to spoil anything while we're playing through it. I might remember something, and I'll try not to say anything about something I remember, because I did do that perfectly with Royal, with some things I did remember. But if something comes up, and we're at the end of a certain area that we don't have to worry about talking about anything like that, I will go more into detail on my thoughts on certain events in the game with a second look at the game. So, honestly, with that being said, obviously I might forget some things, obviously. I don't remember every single chapter. I do remember there being some pretty good ones. There was one chapter I didn't like, but that was only because of the size of the area, because it feels too compact for an area, in the game. But you guys will see it in the future. But, with that being said, thank y'all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I really want to say thank you for joining me for Persona 5 Royal. This has been a really long series, and honestly, it's just going to get longer because Persona 5 Strikers is after the story of Persona 5 Royal and regular. So, with that being said, the second part of our story is just only beginning. And if you're wondering how long of a time skip it is, it's pretty much only a year. So, with that being said, thank y'all for watching, have a wonderful rest of your day, keep being spooky, and peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.